Hi, this video is about Manus AI, which a lot of people are going crazy over and being billed as the first general AI agent. Does it live up to the hype? Some people are even saying this is another DeepSeek moment where China is crushing the American AI companies' profits. I think there's some truth to that with this, but also I don't think it's quite that extreme, and I'll give you the details in this video. There's a very big waitlist for this. People are even selling waitlist invites for thousands of dollars online. So I'll show you an open source alternative to this that has some very serious limitations and kind of setup. It's much more technical, and so I'll also give you a potential third option that I think will kind of bridge the gap between the two, to where you don't have to wait forever or pay a bunch of money to get an invite, but you also don't have to set up essentially kind of like a development type environment to run the open source one, and you can, along with some additional features. So what do we do how do we really describe Manus? In my opinion, this is a lot like if you've used ChatGPT Deep Research, which what it does is it'll go out and it'll crawl the internet and kind of iteratively try to research things and come back to you with a report. It does that and a bit more. Really, it does like some light development, especially front-end development, and it can publish to a URL that's a subdomain on Manus. And so this, I think, is this last piece is the thing that impresses people the most. And it can do a few additional things, but that seems to be the main thing. So I wouldn't say this is a general AI agent in the sense that it can do anything that you could give like an assistant to do. But it can do something new, and it is pretty impressive and useful to be able to do what it's done, and I'll show you some of the examples. In fact, you can go to their use cases tab, and there's a bunch of different things that you can click on. So if I go to data analysis, and we'll just do this one, you can actually hit play, and you can watch it go through, and you can see it created like a checklist. This is going way faster than it would actually go, and it's walking through these one at a time, and you can watch it, and sometimes it'll stop and ask you for permission to do something, and you can also stop it and ask for permission. And then in this case, we'll just, since it's a demo, we can skip to the results, and we can click here to see what it built, which looks pretty decent, to be honest. If I'm not going to go through all the pieces, I'll leave a link in the description below that'll allow you to go through to this. But again, it's mostly taking that deep research and putting it in a much more consumable format and shareable format through a public URL, which is pretty useful. And it's doing the front end development, and I believe there's also some kind of like it's doing a bit of a development agent, and it's checking its work, and so it does work pretty reasonably well. I have seen some demos of people trying to create like games with it, with mixed results, where it doesn't always work on the first try or even the second or third try, which is kind of what we'd expect with more complicated development. It's not being built as a coding tool, so it's more for like research and planning. So another example that they have was like a trip to Japan in April. We could click through and skip to the results. Okay, there's an HTML, will let us view it. So it's kind of got like a whole little website that built for somebody, along with an itinerary and proposal locations. That's pretty useful. You can see it did a lot of different steps, which is useful, but I wouldn't say this is like a general AI agent that can do whatever you want. See, another useful one, an interesting one was a B2B Gen AI services company trying to find companies to target, create a little website with a dashboard. That's pretty neat looking, very simple, but also pretty nice. A middle school physics teacher preparing for the law of conservation momentum. This is probably one of my favorite one. It can actually run some of these. So there we go, explosions. Let's check out the explosion. Boom. All right, pretty cool. Again, I think that this is basically the deep research plus some basic front-end development that allows it to automatically do that. So to me, I wouldn't say this is major. I'm not like crazy impressed, although it is good. And so maybe I'm a little bit harder to impress than other people. And so I definitely think it would be cool to get access to it. So on the flip side, if you haven't gotten your invite in, or you're not like a big YouTuber or something, a big name in the space, it's going to be a lot harder for you to get an invite, and they've already been kind of crushed with this. So I don't expect invites to come anytime soon. I added myself to the list, but there is an open source one. Again, I'll put a link to this below. Now, the challenge with this one, the limitations, is it doesn't have, like this one has an interface that's kind of like a chat GPT. This one you have to do through the command line, and you have to set up some Python libraries and a virtual environment and stuff like that. And you put in your own API keys, and so it does actually cost money on that front. But at the same time, you can use it. And actually, I think it came out just a few days ago, and like 3-4 days ago, and it already has 24,000 stars because a lot of people obviously are loving it, especially with the fact that they can use this without getting on a wait list. Okay, so I will offer you a third option here, which is something that we've built internally. We've had for about a year. That's a little bit more of a general AI agent, but from a different angle. It's more about a business and like calendar stuff, and it connects to Google Docs both in and out, Google Sheets both in and out. It can email, text, and you can call it both back and forth in all three of those cases. And so I'm thinking of setting up Open Manus and combining it with our AI agent called Barnaby, and giving people access to that. So if you if I can get 100 people commenting on this video, I'll put those pieces together real quick, because I think we already have a lot of the pieces, and I think we can do it within a week or so, and then those first 100 people anybody who comments will get an invite to that, and it will be paid, because I think each time you run like Open Manus, it's like $1 to $5 depending on exactly the complexity of it. So, but there will be a free trial for anybody who puts a comment on there, and the first 100 people will get some extra free time essentially. So not sure if there's like a lot of demand for that. I'm gonna probably build it eventually within the company anyways, just for us to use and for us to increase our productivity. And for me personally, I want it. And so, but if I get enough comments here, I'll speed it up, and I'll create a way for other people to access it so that they don't have to wait what I would expect to be quite a long time to be on the Manus AI wait list. With different kinds of limitations and frankly less features. So if you like this video, please like and subscribe for more like it, as I will release some updates if this does come to fruition. Anyway, I appreciate you. Let me know what you think. Have a great day. Bye.